Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. This week I decided to put together a tumbler using some printable vinyl. It's not a product that I use very often, but it's good to know how to use in case you need to make something that you can't get a regular vinyl print from. My friend Erica at Paxton Projects created this beautiful Valentine's Day 3D floral with scroll design, and I purchased the file, which I will link in the description. And I'm starting off with a 24-ounce plump that I got from the Tipsy Magnolia that I did prep and sand and clean up. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this vinyl right around there. It happened to fit perfectly around here when I printed it out, and I'm going to go ahead and start off right away with just 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I'm going to put this on and let this go for 4 hours, and I want you to see as I'm applying the epoxy, the 3D look and the colors just pop. It comes right out of the vinyl, and it completely changes the way that this piece looks. So I wanted to put the epoxy over it before I start doing any tape or spray painting or anything, because it would have ruined the print if I put painter's tape over it and then peeled it off. So once I have the tumbler all dry from this coat of epoxy, I'm going to go ahead and take some painter's tape. And one little trick that I like to do is I like to take the tape and I will put it right onto like a sweatshirt or a cloth, so that I take away some of the stickiness, because it is too sticky when there's only a single coat of epoxy on there, and you can pull the epoxy right off of there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there, and then I'm going to show you how I pop the top, because I am going to do a glitter butt with this one. So I'm going to pop that right off, and then I'm going to go ahead and split this bottom in two, because I'm going to do a pink stripe and then a red stripe. And then I'll measure off the bottom part of the red. I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to spray paint it with my Color Shot spray paint in Farmer's Daughter, which is just the perfect pink. And then I'm going to use the glitter glue method, and I'm going to apply this pretty pink glitter, which is Make It Pink from Peachy Olive Glitters. I'll let that dry for 3 hours, and then I'll put another coat of the glitter glue on there. And then I'll pull all of this tape off, and I will then retape everything, exposing the bottom of the stainless. And then I'm going to spray paint that with Stiletto, which is another Color Shot paint. One of the things I wanted to show you right here was when I'm doing this part of it, to spray paint so that I don't have to cover the entire tumbler in painter's tape, I take some regular saran wrap and I'll just wrap that up and take care of that for you. And then now I'm going in with my glitter glue again, and I'm going in with Candy Apple from Rae Creations. It is a red that matches the floral print perfectly, and I'll go ahead and let that dry for 3 hours. Seal it again, and now I'm going in with my first official coat of epoxy to cover up that glitter. So I'm going in with 15 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I like to start off with covering the vinyl piece first, so that I can try to minimize any flow of glitter throughout the design, even though it's sealed. Now I'm going into the bottom, making sure that I have that all epoxied, just a little bit on the rim because the outer rim is glittered, and I will let this spin for 4 hours and move on to the decal work. And I really thought for a while about what I was going to do as far as decal work, because this print is so pretty. I didn't want to take away from it, but I didn't just also want to just have just striped tumblers again, because I've done that before. So I found this cute little XOXO SVG on Creative Fabrica, and I went ahead and I printed that out. And I printed it in 2 different holographic colors. The first color to go onto the pink is a red holographic, and then for the bottom where it's red, I went with just a regular holographic, like a whitish holographic, so that you get some pink undertones from it, which really worked well once I put it on the tumbler. I'm going to go ahead and put this all around both pieces, and then I'm going to do some striping work. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my Lily Bean Crafters Community Facebook group. It's where I'm showing any discount codes that I get, new products that are coming out, sales that are going on with companies that I'm affiliated with. I'm going to start going live very soon. So yeah, come check it out. I'll link it in the description.
Time can't pass us by. This bond makes us stronger just to be together. My love, can we drop this? Our time can't pass us by. This bond makes us
So keeping with the same two colors, I decided to do a 2-layer stripe around each of the breaks in the glitter color. So I went with a little bit thicker of the red holographic vinyl, and then I did a really thin line to go right in the middle in that white opalescent vinyl that I used. And then I did decide to do a very, very, very thin little red holographic stripe along the rim or the middle of the tumbler where the break is. When I was putting this printable vinyl on, it was just a hair short, so you could just see a little bit of the stainless in there. So just the smallest piece, which whoever gets this tumbler probably wouldn't have even noticed it, but I noticed it, so I decided to put just this one little red stripe right down the middle. And now I'm going in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I'm going to go ahead and let this spin for 4 hours, sand everything down, and I'm going to start working on the glitter butt. I wanted to try something new, and it was a complete fail, but I still wanted to show you the process of not being afraid to try something new and then changing it up as you go through your design. So I am going with the red candy apple glitter to do on the outer rim, and I decided to make it a little bit thicker than I normally do. I wanted to play with the two colors. I'm going to do a chunky pink in the middle, but I wanted to do something to kind of bring the two colors together. Like I said, it did not work out, but I wanted to show you what I did nonetheless. So I'm just going in and putting this in the inner rim, and I am not going to hit my UV lamp yet. I'm going to keep this wet, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go in with the chunky pink and put that right on top, right next to it. Here I'm going to take a little bit more of my UV resin and I'm going to mix Petals, which is like a chunky pink mix that I got from Rae Creations. And I'm going to go ahead and keep this a little bit thicker as well. I thought that maybe if I kept the two UV mixtures thicker, I would be able to incorporate them more and not have it be runny. And it just didn't work out for me. But I'm going to keep working at it because I'm going to get some results from this. I'm just going to keep trying. So what I did is I'm going to take this, I'm going to mix it up, and I'm just going to kind of put it all in the middle like I normally would. And then I'm going to take a little spatula that I have that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to try doing some spatula hearts with some of the red UV glitter mixture that I have. And I'm just going to kind of put some hearts in there and then UV resin it and see if it actually looks like hearts. And at this point in time, I was like, wow, this is really working. I'm making art here. Super cute. And as I'm sitting in putting in another one, I noticed that that one starts getting a little bit thicker. And then I'm starting to play with this one a little bit more and positioning it. And I couldn't leave it with just the two, so I went on to do a third one, which is probably where I went wrong. I tried to do too many, but with UV resin, once I dry it, I can't like go back and like make it wet again. So I put in a third one, and I'm going to throw it under there, and it comes out and it just looks like my kindergarten self would have made this. So I went and printed out another sheet of my printable vinyl and put on a little circle of the 3D look of the design that I started with, and I went with that instead. And here I am putting in my last 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure Media Viscosity Resin, and I'm going to let this spin for 8 to 10 hours, and it was all done. And this one turned out just adorable. It is truly what I see when I think of a Valentine's tumbler. I generally don't do Valentine's tumblers, but I had to do one. Once I saw this vinyl, I knew I had to do one. And if you don't want to use printable vinyl, I will let you know that 311 Co. has come out with their own vinyl sheet of this. So I will link that in the description as well, along with my discount code. And if you decide that you would rather do it that way, go for it. If you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you again later.